IVM.
I get positively excited about paying my credit card bills nowadays. And it's all because of Cred. Cred offers the best products and experiences to those who do good. And you can do good by just paying your bills on time. Plus, Cred reminds you when your due date is approaching and also checks your bills for hidden charges. It's so amazing. So don't miss out. Just download Cred today.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Positively Unlimited podcast. Today's episode, we're on the letter J, and the phrase that I have chosen is just for fun. Well, in this current series of A to Z, we're talking all about work-life balance. And you know what is missing? What tips the scale? It's the lack of fun. It's almost as if we've been told or we've been taught or somewhere made to believe that laughing in office, having fun in office is not allowed, is looked down upon. And I know that the Human Resources Department tries to change that up a bit, but decorate your bay and a rangoli making competition doesn't really spell fun for a lot of us. So the question is, what are you doing in your workspace to make it fun for you, your colleagues, and your friends at work? You know, I'm a girl who's been born and brought up in Bombay, and, well, I was born in the 80s. So the one thing that I learned growing up in the 80s and the 90s in this city, I don't know if it happens in other cities, but this I know is very, very typical of Bombay city. And a lot of people who are listening to this, tuning in from my city, will be nodding their head when they hear it. Bombay teaches you to have many different kind of friends. We have building friends, area friends, school bus friends. As you grow older, you get college and train friends. You then have office friends. You then have friends that you make depending on what your interests are. And somehow, as you grow up, you have many different sets of friends. And so when you go into office, it's just another group. Can we all stop being so afraid to befriend somebody and, build a connection, feel a connection? Let me also tell you this. If you are somebody who struggles to have fun at work, who is so serious at work, you are also someone who gets terribly stressed out at work. And then do you know what you are doing? You are carrying that stress in your laptop bag, in that little lunch box bag that you carry from home to work. You're carrying the stress back in those bags to home. And when you walk in to your own home, all you want to do is put your feet up and relax. And you have no fuel left within you for the people that you love. You have no energy left within you to smile, laugh, and feel joy with the people that you love. And so what has happened? No fun at work, no fun at home. All you are doing is going to work, coming back, sleeping. Going to work, coming back, sleeping. Oh, what a fun life that sounds like. I know that right now, given this current lockdown and this situation, this pandemic that we are all living through, the entire going to work bit has been eliminated. But then you are sitting in front of your laptop the whole day. Now, if you aren't having fun at home, as well as in those Zoom meetings, on those Zoom calls, then you are definitely going to burn out. The one way to prevent and avoid a burnout is to have fun. Being also serious and intellectual and being considered as this really intelligent person who is really street smart and oh my God, look how far he or she has reached in their career. Oh, look, they became the CEO at such a young age. Let me tell you this, all of this is overrated. Because at the end of the day, if you aren't laughing, then what is the point of that designation and all that money that you are earning? What is the point of it when you don't know how to enjoy it? So, well, enough of my lecture, but I'm going to ask you to do this entire week. I want you to ask yourself, and you need to ask yourself this question every morning. What am I going to do for fun today? Or if you want to change that question up, because what am I going to do for fun today makes you draw a blank and it makes you want to scream, I don't know. You need to ask yourself, how can I have fun today? The second thing that you are going to do, you're going to write down a list of people in your life, whether they're from the professional space or the personal space, doesn't matter. You're going to make a list of people in your life who make you laugh, who you laugh with, who you have had the most amount of fun with. And as you make that list and you recollect all the times that you have laughed, you've had fun, you've smiled, you've enjoyed, I want you to also write down what your definition of fun is. For instance, my honest to God definition of fun is partying in Bombay City, getting drunk and dancing to Bollywood music in a club wherever in this city. That for me is fun. For me, fun is going to eat chaat in the evenings with my friends. And now, thanks to lockdown, and given the lives that we are leading right now, my definition of fun at this moment is to play housey with my friends on Saturday evenings. It is to spend an entire day on video call with my best friends while they're doing their own thing, I'm doing my own thing, but we are still talking to each other and cracking jokes in the middle. It is to get on a video call and have a drink with all my friends, with everybody talking at the same time. And no, I don't have time to sit and complain about how this is so awful and why does it have to be this way. Yes, I would love for it to be different. But every time that I complain, I'm wasting a bit of my fuel, my energy, my joy, and 30 seconds of my life crying and complaining about something that is not in my control. So I'd much rather not think about it at all, sip my drinks, be present with them, and enjoy a good laugh. So I'm asking you this. What are you doing for fun every single day? Let me also say this. If you are the extremely serious type, it is not somebody else's responsibility in your life to bring the lightness or the fun. And yes, in your life, there will definitely be at least that one person who is light and silly and constantly doing things that would crack the world up. But you are continuously choosing to be oh so serious and not really participate. Well, to laugh, to have fun is a conscious choice that you need to make. And especially when times are tough, laughing with the ones you love, laughing with like-minded people is a fuel. It doesn't drain you out. It re-energizes you. Before I head out, I'm going to give you one more idea. And this one is specifically for your workplace. And if you want, you can also rope in your HR team to make this happen. However, you can do this entirely on your own. Gather 2 or 3 people on a Zoom call who you connect with. They can be like-minded people with whom you have very interesting conversations, with who you ideate and brainstorm. They can be people that you go on smoke breaks with. They can be people that you spend your lunchtime in office with or your coffee breaks in office with. They can be people with whom you laugh at work with. Now, ask each of these people to invite one person who on their list fits this bill and spend 30 to 40 minutes on that Zoom call talking about things that y'all define as fun or then doing something that y'all consider to be fun. This can also be something that is connected to your work. Think about how you can make the process of ideating fun. Think about how you can make the process of innovating fun. Every single one of us is a creative person. It's just that some of us know how to use it, and some of us have just assumed that they don't have it and hence they will not use it. But it exists within you. So every day, if you used to go for a smoke break or coffee break with a certain set of people at work, make sure that those same set of people and you connect at that same time for a quick 15-minute call. Check in on each other, talk about random things that are happening in your lives, talk about the funny and silly things that are happening in your home. There is no harm in opening up to somebody at work about your personal life. Some of my closest friends are people that I met through my work life. These are my support group even today. They are my survival kit even today. And like I said, this is something that I learned in Bombay City. You can make friends in any area of your life, through any aspect of your life, through any experience of your life. The one thing that I miss, and I know my friend and fellow podcaster Rachel Lopez will agree, is I miss traveling by train, by the local train in our city, especially during peak hours in the evening, and watching groups of women sitting together, peeling vegetables, cutting vegetables, talking, laughing, prepping for the food that they have to go and cook in their individual homes, and yet sharing an hour of laughter, joy, and connection. How can you reconnect? How can you be present? And how can you still enjoy those 10-15-minute breaks that used to fuel you at work in your office while we are stuck at home and forced to be online? To everyone who has been tuning into this podcast, please go listen to the episode called Initiative, which is the one that released just before this, because at the end of it, I have made a request to help freshers find jobs. And there is a way in which I have asked you to think about doing it. In order to listen to that episode, just head to the IVM Podcast app or the IVM Podcast website. And if you'd like to connect with us, our Instagram and Twitter handle is IVM Podcast. If you would like to connect with me, my handle is Positivity Angel on Instagram.
I hope you enjoyed that show. If you aren't following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We'd like to thank our sponsors on the network this week, Cred, Siet, TheWholeTruthFoods.com, and PayPal. We really do appreciate the support. On Cyrus Says, we discussed quite a bit about the local assembly elections this month. Vasanti Hariprakash was there to talk about the West Bengal elections, and then we also spoke to Pradeep Gupta, a psephologist and author. He's the chairman and MD of Access My India. Do definitely check that episode out. Great conversation. Tune into This Round Is On Me, where Gauri Devi Dayal caught up on the latest trends in the PR industry with Archana Jain from PR Pundit. On The Habit Coach, Ashton Doctor spoke to Anandita Chatterjee. She's the founder of Travel Chatter. She's been a marketer with some large firms and has traveled to 67 countries so far. It was a RuPaul Drag Race fan club on KBCD where Farhad and Sunetro discussed the show's best moments and talents. Amber Rana was joined by celebrity fitness trainer Shivoham on New Year Kanun to discuss fitness laws and regulations in India. They talk about the laws and infrastructure that exist to protect gyms, trainers, and also consumers in the fitness industry. And on the note with Maruk Inayat, we have clinical psychologist and friend of the network Sonali Gupta. She talks about ongoing mental health issues like survivor's guilt, coping with anxiety around the pandemic, and doom scrolling. And with that, we hope to see you again next week.
Want to learn something new and have a few minutes to spare? Well, then go for the Traveling Professor's Diary, where I, Siddharth Deshmukh, the Traveling Professor, will help you glean from all the insights that I've gained from wherever I've traveled, learned, taught, and repeated. Join me every Tuesday and Thursday on the IVM Podcast website, app, or wherever you get your podcasts from.